Watching the media class in the United States whine and their supposed victimhood about the President of the United States not showing them any sort of respect is hysterical to watch. This is a modern day presidency, everyone, and you have a president who is unorthodox, who is going to do things that no one has ever seen before. Now, while I found the CNN GIF tweet hysterically funny and do not endorse the absurd ramblings that the president is inciting violence against journalists, I do think it is distracting to major issues that are going on. While I don't support everything the president does, I do support the office of the presidency. And since Donald Trump is our president, if he succeeds, our country will. I've said this before on my channel, and I believe this to be true. The fact of the matter is, if our media class, our legacy media, would have taken responsibility and actively dedicated themselves to telling the truth, regardless of their feelings of the presidential election, we would not be in the situation we are in now. Unfortunately, they decided to double down on their stupidity. CNN has been exposed for the fraud network that many of us already knew they were, and other news organizations in the country is soon headed for collapse. The New York Times continues with their layoffs, the Washington Post continues retracting stories, and it goes on, and the cycle of stupidity continues. While I wish the president would focus on policy, he continues to egg these people on because they are so easy to goad. Now, there are legitimate things you can criticize the president on. His continuance of the neocon neoliberal foreign policy. We should be talking about the buildup in Jordan of troops. We should also be talking about the continued buildup of NATO on the Russian borders. We should be talking about U.S. ships sailing close to Chinese territorial islands. These are the things that we should be talking about. But instead, like always, the mainstream media, our legacy media, focuses on the idiotic while ignoring the things that actually affect us. We are in a Cold War that can turn hot very easily. And we have a legacy media that continues to egg these problems on. Like Project Veritas pointed out, CNN is doing this for ratings. So let's talk about some of the lies that CNN has pushed, because they are at the forefront of the legacy media continuing to lie to the American public and people abroad about things that are actually happening in the world. Now, as you know, CNN pushed a fake news narrative of Iraq having WMDs, which is weapons of mass destruction, leading to millions of dead in Iraq. As we know, the New York Times was pushing this as well. Judith Miller. None of these people were arrested. None of these people were fired for leading us into a war based on lies and pushing this narrative. CNN pushed a fake news narrative of Syria, quote-unquote, moderate rebels, which led to the rise of ISIS, the destruction of Syria, and helped foment the migrant crisis. CNN pushed a fake news narrative of Trump-Russia collusion that a CNN producer admitted it was all bullshit. CNN continues to push a fake news narrative about Russia hacking that almost pushes the two largest nuclear powers towards a confrontation. As I've said numerous times on my channel, the United States, half of our population is engulfed in a Russophobic, weird narrative where they believe that we are living in the 1950s, that it's Reds under the bed, and that we need to do something, and Vladimir Putin is a bigger threat than ISIS and everything else combined. It's fucking lunacy. CNN also pushed the fake news narrative of hands up, don't shoot. They also pushed the fake narrative about the Aleppo boy being a victim of President Bashar al-Assad to propagandize for the invasion of Syria. CNN also pushed the fake narrative that saying it was illegal to read WikiLeaks, and that anything that we need to know about it must come from them because they're journalists and they have special access, or whatever kind of bullshit Chris Cuomo was trying to tell us. CNN has cut off guests who mention WikiLeaks on their news site. CNN cuts off guests who mentions a link between refugees and terrorism. CNN pretends its own cameraman was a Trump protester. A CNN commentator gave debate questions to Hillary Clinton in advance. Donna Brazile, she was fired because of it. CNN told debate focus groups what to say to make Hillary Clinton look good. And you can go on and on and on. And they are not the only news organization who has done this. So when people don't believe the American press, when people don't believe our legacy media, there's a reason why. People aren't pulling this out of their ass. I am so tired of the weird ramblings and the incessant anti-Trump hatred that is infested in our legacy media. You don't have to like him, but tell the truth. Have balanced coverage. Then you will get the respect that you think you deserve from the American people. Until then, no, we are not going to respect you. Until you dedicate yourselves to honest, accurate journalism, then we will respect you. Until then, you get what you give. And if the media and politicians keep pushing this anti-Trump weird hysteria, it's only going to lead to a civil war in this country. People are getting more divided, people are digging in their heels, and things are just progressively getting worse. We have congressmen who have been shot, threats made against the president, on and on and on and on. If there's going to be a straw that breaks the camel's back, and then when we fall into a conflict, then people are going to be singing their shoulda, coulda, wouldas and things that we should have done to prevent this. You can stop all of this now. You can try to make a better country, a safer country, a more prosperous country for all of us. We may not all agree on how to get there or the ways that we need to work together to get there. But at the end of the day, we're all Americans. And this is our country. And we have to make it right, better, and good for the next generation. We cannot leave them in a fucked up situation because people couldn't put aside their ideological differences. I'm the Millennial Revolt. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day. Bye.